All right. Let me see here. Okay. So we'll have to go with this. Probably no music. I'm having a lot of issues with my audio inputs. I think maybe I have too many things plugged into the just too many things plugged into the computer, and it's like not getting enough power to like mics and stuff. So we'll go with this. It'll be a quieter stream. Stumarak, I appreciate the sub. I'm sorry you probably subbed while we were going through technical difficulties. I really appreciate it. If you guys are in the chat and you see Stumarak come back into the chat, please point it out to me so I can thank them properly. Because yeah, it kind of sucks when you sub and you don't get to see the animation. Actually, I can. Yeah, if Sumarak, if you're there, we'll replay your animation. I think that's something I can do. There we go. Oh, there's a different one. Thanks for the follow, Ramiro BP2. Nice. Horse Pond Mine says, "Hi, I was afraid it was my internet being technically difficult." Uh, no, I don't know what the deal is. Yesterday I did a stream where I was doing Legends Arceus, and like I had this problem. Basically, I have this issue where my the Elgato, the capture card, like wants to always look at the default device to record audio, and I'm like, no, look at the audio that you're working on. So I kind of did this thing kind of accidentally where I like had it look at one thing and then switched it out while it was already on, and it actually worked out really well. I got game audio and I got microphone audio, and it was all working fine. But I think it broke something. Um, so now I have to, over the next week, sit down and figure out what went wrong and how I can get everything to work. It's like uh, getting the closed captioning working, getting the Elgato working, and getting the mic working and stuff, and getting the music working. I'm not even going to play any music because that seemed to be part of it, and also kind of threw things off. So it's going to be a much more cinema verite day today. But now that we've gotten through that, um, oh, Ramiro BP2 is Vistapa. That makes sense. I knew that was that. I appreciate it. Yes. I'm gonna have to do all the Pokemon songs for you. Scoobly doop, dweebity doop. That would be terrible. Okay, so now that we got it all figured out, let's continue with our poison team. Last time on Petunia's poison run, we had entered the ghost gym and then kind of stopped because we ran out of time. So we're gonna try and does this take me back to the beginning? I don't want to go to the beginning. Uh, no, wait. What's the alternative? Oh. No, I do want to get bounced by the claws. Okay. Okay, all right. I see what's happening. There we go. Woo! As a heads up, your category is set to legends. Oh, I could have sworn I changed that. Let me change it again real quick. Thanks for letting me know. Uh, Pokemon. where's Sword and Shield? There we go. There's Sword and Shield. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a gym leader. I should look over my Pokemon. I really thought I'm like, now that I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, I'm gonna have trouble like navigating the menus, but Arceus has a menu tied to like every button. So I'm like, oh yeah, here it's super easy. You just press X and then you're in the menus. And then you don't have to worry about like hitting the trigger to go over to a different menu or whatever. That's what happens when you make an action game is like action games need to have like weird menus that are tied to other things because the buttons and sticks are doing something else. Um, these are gonna be ghost types, so I should probably. This is gonna be a good gym for Dr. Violet. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. Hello, all. Oli here. Hey, Oli. Uh, can you sing the Pokemon song in the Hedgehog voice? I guess I could. I should probably make that like a redeemable thing. My copy of Legend of Arceus is still sealed, but looking for some time to play it. Is this how the game looks? No, no, no. This is Sword and Shield. We're back to playing Pokemon Sword and Shield because I promised that we would see Petunia's path all the way through. I could have probably gotten away with playing Arceus today, but no, this is not at all how Arceus looks. Do, do, do. Oh, is my sound still low? That I can turn it up probably. Check, 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 check. Chickadee, check, check, check. Actually, I apparently I can't turn it up. So, oh, you like Tale of Tallest Rabbit? Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. If you guys don't know, I wrote a book. It's called The Tale of Tallest Rabbit. It's good times. It's a book for young readers, but there's a lot there for adults. And I'm not saying that I like hit anything raunchy or anything in there. There's just like kind of jokes and situations that might go over a kid's head, but adults will get. Um, Also, it's a good time. It's like uh, I think it's comfort reading, right? It's like we in these uncertain times, it's nice to have something you can read that's like just kind of pleasant and involves kids and cute animals and stuff. It's good times. Um, uh-oh. Oh, Hellbinder says, grown ass man crying reading it to my son. Yep, sorry. The profanity blocker is like really aggressive. Um, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to get a profanity blocker that's maybe a little bit less intense, but I'm not great at this streaming thing. I'm just kind of using a lot of the defaults, so I'm trying to get there. Um, Ramiro says, looking forward to reading it to my 6-year-old. Yeah, that I think they'll enjoy it. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, had to read it with my best Rodrigo voice. I don't want to know what that is. I He's like, my name's Rodrigo. I wrote about a rabbit. Um, Rodrigo's voice is comfort listening. Ah, thanks. Yeah, go Team Poison. All right. What more pinball? All right. Oh, I kind of want to see if I can get launched really hard. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go back to the top. I got so enamored of being launched downward by that claw that I lost track of what I was supposed to be doing. Here we go. Bonky bonk bonk bonk. Bonkety bonk bonk bonk. Woo! Again, the gyms in Sword and Shield are really cute. They're lots of fun. Do I need to heal anyone? No. Dr. Violet has barely taken any damage. Now, Rodrigo's voice is where you go, "What?" And then everything after is like you're pretending to be over whatever they say. Oh. Can you understand what ghost type Pokemon are weak to? I don't think so. No, no, it's not that hard. It's just dark types and ghost types. I'm gonna try a sucker punch. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Legend Arceus. I do recommend it. If you like Pokemon, I think it's a really solid game. It's very different from Sword and Shield. There's a lot more emphasis on sort of like sneaking up on Pokemon and catching them than Drifblim's a flying type. I don't think I have anything that's particularly good against it, so we'll just keep Dr. Violet. Um, let's bite it. Stumerax says you got me kind of excited about it in the podcast. Yeah, sorry to like sit there and wax poetic about it, but I'm actually having a really good time. I'm enjoying it so much, and just because of my schedule, don't get a ton of time to play it. So I'm like, maybe I should play it on the stream today and just be like, oh well, guys, just for today, we're gonna play Arceus. But I think we owe it to like Petunia has carried us this far. I think we need to stick it out with her and not push her to the side just because some new hotness showed up. Who wants to learn Toxic? I don't think so. No, it doesn't need it. Uh, Horsepawn Mine says, I've been super conflicted on Legends. I was pretty cold on it when I first played, but I'm really getting into it. That's good. Harvester says, I also recommend it. I'm playing it now. Adds tension to the exploration of the world that rings of Monster Hunter, and that some things notice you. If some things notice you, they will come wreck your whole business. Yeah. Hellbinder says she's not old and broken for sure. No, Petunia is doing just fine. She's young and vibrant. This game is only 2 years old, guys. It used to be that we only got games like once every 5 years, but now Pokemon cranks it out. Um, yeah, one thing I didn't talk about yesterday when I was going on and on and on about Arceus is actually that it takes. I did talk about how it takes stuff from all these previous Pokemon games. Yeah, time to face Alistair. Arceus takes all this stuff from previous games, and I think there's a strong Pokemon Snap influence there. Um, there'll be moments when you are like walking around and you'll walk around like a cliff, and down the way you'll see like a um, what's the name of the big guy in the Shinx line? Yeah, it'll be like a fully evolved third evolution Pokemon, like lying down, and like a bunch of like baby versions of it, like running around. Luxray, yes, thank you. Um, and it's like that's a Pokemon Snap moment, right? The thing that stops being a Pokemon Snap moment is that if they notice you, they come after you, right? Guns blazing. So that's different from Snap. But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon Snap in Legends as well. Um, Skippy the Wonder Chicken says Arceus feels like a reaction to Dexit to me. Oh yeah, you little weasels want to catch 'em all. Here's a game where that's essentially the only thing you can do. Mwahaha. I talked about it yesterday. I think it is a return to form. Like I don't know if there was any ill will in that, but yeah, it's a return to gotta catch 'em all.
Come at
Hey,
me,
Zemzi
pooks.
just
I'll fight
subscribed.
any of them.
Can you guys hear the? Hang on a second. I know what's happening here. Thank you for resubscribing, Zemzi. There we go. Yep, yep.
Come
Okay.
at me, pooks. I'll fight any of them.
um, yeah, I so throughout that whole thing, my audio got put on another setting. So yeah, okay. You guys can hear it. Good, good, good. I feel like my ideal Pokemon game is some kind of middle ground between Legends and Sword and Shield. I like it if the world felt a little more full and intentionally designed. It feels a little empty to me so far. I think that's purposeful. Like it's supposed they're trying to make it feel vast. What's happening? Oh, Hellbinder just subscribed. Thank you for that subscription. Give me your Prime subs. They're delicious. Yeah, I think they're trying to make the world feel vast. So it's kind of empty, right? Again, those like Skyrim, Breath of the Wild influences where you'll like travel for a while without running into anything to make it feel bigger. Um, but I agree. Like a main Pokemon game is going to need to feel a little bit more packed, right? It's gonna need like cities and places to go and people to talk to and stuff. Um, yeah. Oh, it's Alistair. Here I go. Oh, Alistair's cute. Watch this guy just totally wreck me. Like, um, so Ghost ups, yep, see? First thing he does is pull out a ground type. That's dangerous, because we're all poison types here. So I should have probably thought up of a strategy before just going in half-cocked. Um, Toxic's not gonna work, I don't think. I'm gonna try a Sucker Punch. Yep, see, it's not... Uh, and now it's gonna disable my Sucker Punch. That's okay. That's actually better. If I'd gone for a bite first and it had disabled that, that would have been bad. Huh. Whew. All right, now do not. Oh no, don't do that. That's kind of rad though. I actually really like the like Yamask and like Kofagrigus abilities that like basically take away your ability and give you a different ability. I think that's fun. I don't know how applicable that would be to like yeah. And now I got hit by my own aftermath. That's kind of rad. I actually really like that. Good job, Alistair. That was a good move. Lagnus says, as someone who knows nothing about Pokemon, I will have to say that at first I was worried about leveling up in Sentinels, but the ability to use a collection to change stuff is really powerful. I've got 3 collections so far. Yeah, Sentinels of the Multiverse is a really interesting game. The way that you level up is interesting. The way that you um, add stuff to your character as you go is interesting. Like it's something that when I was playing City of Heroes, like City of Heroes was a superhero game, but it was very much an MMORPG based around like kind of standard RPGs, standard fantasy based RPGs, right? That's why they were like healers and stuff. And the way that you did equipment was pretty weird. And I always thought like it would be cool if, yeah, if what you got was like issues, what you got was like some sort of commemoration of the missions you've done, and that's what powered you up. And that's what Sentinels of the Multiverse does. And the system's pretty good about it. I don't know. We haven't played very much, so we'll see. We'll see how issues work out for us. Galarian Yamask and his new Evo are neat. Yep, 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 yep. I agree. Uh, Send out Mimikyu. Now a fairy type. Uh, oh wait. I guess I could. Yeah, the move here is actually to switch away from a dark type because it'll get wrecked by a fairy type. So let's bring out Peppers. Yeah, this guy's tough. This guy will make you think about it. Like going in as a poison team, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just do my poison dart guy. First guy he throws out, ground type. Second guy he throws out, fairy type, right? So yeah, we're actually having to do some thinking here. I guess it doesn't matter, so let's just get the little pop out of the way. Yeah. Harvester says, I've played a bit of free to play Champions Online a while back. I did too. And it was a game. It was interested, but the player base felt sparse for getting much done. Yeah, it always was. I don't think it ever really got to where they wanted it to. Um, yeah, let's incinerate them. They're not poison or fairy types aren't weak to fire, but they're it's neutral. Um, they are weak to poison, but I think ghosts naturally resist poison. So so using poison moves wouldn't have or would have been neutral anyway. Let's see. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, so I bought Legends an hour ago, and this is going to be a great intro to Monster Hunter for young people. Yeah. Horsepoint Mind says, I finally have a job where I can listen to podcasts again, so I'm getting back on board with Critical Hit. I'm very excited. Great. Thank you. Um, Ramiro says, gotta go. Try to pop up next Wednesday. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Um, yeah. Dino Pokemon versus Ragdoll Pikachu. Pokemon has added a lot of weirdos over the years, so yeah, you're gonna see some weird stuff. Lagna says we have played enough to have 4 collections, I think, but some of the issues have been like team up specials and special event issues. Yeah, that's cute. Zemc says more like lizard versus cosplay Pikachu. More like weirdly sexy lizard versus sack of potatoes Pikachu. But if you're someone who knows Pokemon and somebody says weirdly sexy lizard versus sack of potatoes Pikachu, you know what the matchup is. Like that's enough to describe it for you. Cursula, I Cursula is not a water type anymore, but I bet it gets water type moves. So let's just go back to Dr. Violet. They didn't want to stop at Lopunny. No, they knew what they were doing. Absolutely. Oh man, Lopunny is an Arceus, and I just do not want to deal with it. It like I was showing my wife my Pokemans that I had caught, and I was like, oh yeah, here's this weirdly sexy bunny, and she's like, what? Like she wasn't familiar with is it Lopunny or Bunny? It's Lopunny is the big one, right? Um, you got the Alpha Lopunny, nice. Um, so yeah, I showed her. I was like, "Yeah, this is weirdly sexy rabbit," and she's like, "What?" And I showed it to her, and she's like, "Oh." So I'm glad that it's not just like, "Oh yeah, this rabbit has like human woman proportions, and it's a little weird." And I'm glad that it's not just like I'm glad that she didn't go like, "I don't see it. You're a weirdo," right? She was like, "Oh, weird." It's like, yeah, Pokemon knows what they're doing, and they need to stop, or they need to be stopped. Like Lopunny is a very femme Pokemon, but both the male and female are basically the same, and I would be okay with that. Like, it's like a male Blissey and a female Blissey looking exactly the same, even though it's like a pink and has like frills and stuff. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm just weirdly not okay with like the Pokemon that are like I already have a thing about Pokemon that are human-like. Like when you put secondary sexual characteristics of humans on Pokemon, it's weird. It's weird and you're a weirdo. Ooh, synthesis. Do I want synthesis over growth? I think maybe I do. Growth is nice, but it only brings stuff up one step. Synthesis is a heal, and Little Veggie is already a tank. So if I ever need to like wait for someone to keel over from poison, Synthesis is probably going to be a pretty good idea. Harvester says Megalopony was a statement that they were aware and they wanted more. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Lopunny is some people's favorite Pokemon, and they should be ashamed. Okay. Gengar. It's Poison Ghost, so the Dark type Onslaught should be okay. Let's keep Dr. Violet, and we'll Dynamax her. I like how everything's so purple because like purple is kind of the ghost color. Um, but I also brought a bunch of purple Pokemon because a lot of poison Pokemon are purple. All right, here we go. Can I? Ooh, I can actually turn my Sucker Punch into a Max Darkness that does more damage. That's pretty good. Here we go. Yeah. Stinko Man. I mean, Dr. Violet. Gengar, Gigantamax, swallow everything in darkness. Again, we've talked about the individual animations, like the individual Dynamax animations for each trainer. They're great, right? Blah 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 blah. Rodrigo loves the trainers from Sword and Shield. They're just really well made, and they have a lot more personality than a lot of other ones. I'm like, do I remember the nice one shot kill, Dr. Violet? Do I remember the guys from what was the one that it was before Sun and Moon? It's like I don't remember the like the island. Is it like the island Kahunas or something? I don't remember those guys too much. I remember the grass type lady maybe. Um, I remember the professor and I remember how. And obviously like the is it Lily, the girl that has like the little Cosmog or whatever. Um, but it's like yeah, those guys weren't very memorable. It's like all of the trainers from Sword and Shield are very memorable. You're gonna remember at least a handful, like a few generations down when you're thinking back on it. Harvester says some of them were cool, but I have forgotten most of them. Yeah, because they just look like people, right? They just look like anime guys, and it's like the grass one has green hair, and it's like okay, but it's like yeah, these guys just have a lot of personality, like the way they dress, the way they act. Oh, actually, from Sword and Shield, I remember the ghost type girl. I think yeah, either go yeah, the ghost type trainer is a little girl, and the dark tribe type trainer is like a washed up old man, right? I remember those guys. Are they related? I don't know. I don't remember the story at all. But yeah, okay. So I do remember. Pokemon has memorable designs, but uh, again, Sword and Shield just kind of had a lot of that going on. Somebody eventually is gonna see this and be like really worked up because they love all the trainers from Sun and Moon. And I'm not saying they weren't memorable. I'm saying it's been a while, and these guys are very memorable. That was Ace, a ghost badge. Okay, Europeans. Do people in Europe actually say that was Ace? Skipink. Here comes the ghost badge. You can catch Pokemon to level 40. Oh, good luck with them, everything. Oh, Alistair. Alistair's cute. Ooh, I know Hex now. damage to a target affected by a status condition. Status conditions? That's something literally all of my Pokemon do. Oh, and a complementary ghost type uniform. It is purple. I might be able to incorporate some part of it. The ghost badge suits you. You're right on track, Petunia. Yeah, let's save. All right, so that means that we can actually add a new Pokemon to our team. So let's go meet them. This is also the last Pokemon. Oh no, I've got two more. I've got one more after this. So it would be very fitting. Oh, hang on. I gotta do some story. We'll do that later. Arf 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 arf. Oh, it's the Emperor. We run into each other at a good time. You know the mural here in Stownside. It's set to tell the story of the hero of Galar as well. Though that's what's here today is actually a replica of the ancient art that used to be here. Since I have surprisingly sharp insight, so I was wondering what you might think when you see the ruins. Does she have surprisingly sharp insight? I feel like she's, the protagonist is just kind of a potato. But I guess that's something that happens in Pokemon games is like people are constantly complimenting you. They're like, "Wow, you're really amazing. You're super great." Because as like little kids are playing, it's like, "Yes, I am. Yay! I'm the very best." Kaboom! What in the world was that? Sounds like it came from the direction of the ruins too. Let's go investigate. Uh, Stumarak says, I think Wally uses Ace when he's talking to the beaver. Yeah. Ace was this probably before Ace was a Doctor Who companion. Oh, yeah. Zal says, have you seen any of Neon Dynasty cards? I have seen lots of, or a handful of Neon Dynasty cards. They look really cool. They're really trying a lot of different stuff, and like I said, I've uh, I've kind of put my like general like side eye at WotC on the shelf for now because they're very overtly making this thing of like since this set is Japanese inspired, we are hiring Japanese artists, we're getting sensitivity consultants, we're doing all this stuff, we're like trying to do everything right. And I'm like, okay, if you're trying to do everything right, then let's go. And yeah, so I have a deck that's like mostly Saga, so I'm excited about the new Saga cycles. Um, Also, one of those cycles is Kiki Jiki, um, which is like I never really use Kiki Jiki in a deck. Like Kiki Jiki is a really strong card, um, but uh, A, his name is fun, and B, I was like, I remember Kiki Jiki, and like I have some attachment to it because I started playing my Magic during Shards block, and so Kamigawa was still around, right? You still saw a lot of Kamigawa cards, and I actually bought a lot of Kamigawa cards as I was getting into it, and then I was like, oh no, most of these cards are terrible. Actually, what have I done? Um, but yeah, I'm excited about Neon Dynasty. Uh, Skippy the Wonder Chicken says we'll see if they keep it up. Yeah, definitely always have that side eye ready to go. The sagas that flip are pretty awesome. Yeah. Again, since I'm mostly playing in arena, I used to uh, double face cards used to stick in my craw. I'm used to them now. I think they're here to stay. Obviously, they're not going away anyway. But I always said it's like in a digital format, you can have quadruple face cards if you really want it, and it doesn't bother anything. So since I mostly play on arena nowadays, I am excited about the flippy stuff. Mine says it's a good time too because another MTG artist just set his claim as a right wing weirdo. Oh no. Good time for them to hire more diverse artists. That is. Yeah, that happens. That just happens, right? It's like I was talking to someone yesterday and they were like, "Yeah, we were working with this company and we sent a guy and while they were there, the guy just started like went full all right on them like talking to people." And it's like, we had no idea. It's like and now we were kind of tied to this company and it's like yeah, it kind of sucks for them. Like they're going to try to like get out of I don't think any contracts were signed, but Yeah, it kind of sucks when all of a sudden you look around and you're like, uh-oh, racists. Some cards are just four-dimensional cubes in Arena. Well, definitely the new alchemy stuff kind of feels that way sometimes. St. JW says, I'm wondering when European governors or governments maybe will start looking at MTG card packs as gambler, similar to the FIFA foot card packs. Maybe. Maybe they will, because I know that Overwatch loot boxes and stuff are also different in Europe because it's considered gambling. Destroy it all. We're going to find those wishing stars. Bead, that's a steel type. It's not going to obey you. You're a fairy type guy. We've got to bring the chairman more wishing stars if we want to please him. Copper Raja. I like Copper Raja. I think it's like a weird boxy elephant. I like Copper Raja a lot. If you've seen um my raid streams with my other Pokemon character, then you've probably seen me use a Copper Raja a lot. Then you should be grateful for the chance to help him. Give me those wishing stars, Copper Raja. Give me the wishing stars. Harvestry says, I love Copper Raja and not insignificantly, elephants are my favorite animal. Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to like walk up and talk to Copper Raja, I guess. Well, on Arena they might. Real world packs won't. Yeah, sure. You do actually get something from purchasing a pack rather than some binary code. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Um, Zal says, "Oh, you mentioned that thing a while back, talking about Ixalan. Did that ever end up somewhere?" My rant about Ixalan is on our YouTube channel. So if you wanna go watch it, uh, it's here. So you can click on that, or it's called Lopez Family Variety Channel. It's not Mario Lopez's channel, okay? It's a different channel. Uh, Friggin' AC Slater. Um, so you can go watch it there. Did Watsy ever respond to that? No, 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 no. They don't have to. But we started talking about Ixalan because Kamigawa was in the horizon, right? So we started talking about Watsy's actually pretty bad track record about this sort of thing. So it's nice to see this develop in a way where it's like we're actually trying to be very sensitive, and it's the sort of thing where I'm like, well, uh, congratulations, Japanese Americans, you get a well thought out Magic set, while us like uh, Mexican, Central, and South Americans get kind of a mess. But who knows? Maybe the next Ixalan will. Maybe when we return to Ixalan, it'll have a similar kind of evolution to it. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says the Clips channel is so good. I put on there whatever I want. That's the nice thing about it. I think I put up a video of me just messing with the aspect ratio, and that's all it is. Of course, today, the Debonair Bear incident video dropped. So if you want to relive that nightmare, you should go watch that. Um, Skippy says, like and subscribe anyone. The newest video is hilarious. Yes. Zal says, cool, thanks. I sub to the channel and have a tab open to remind me to watch it later. Cool. Freaking Debonair Bear. Man, I swear. I don't think I've ever been trolled that hard. Actually, no. I almost did get trolled that hard again. If anybody listened to the Major Spoilers podcast that just came out, Steven totally trolled me. I thought he was serious about that. So if you haven't listened to that, go listen to it. And when Steven gets real serious, you'll see me get real quiet. And I'm like, what? So he totally got me. So I got trolled. I keep getting trolled on air. It's not a good look. Anyway, let's see what Bede wants to say. You think you can start collecting wishing stars now and get the chairman's favor? No, Bede, I don't want any wishing stars. Oh. Did I heal my Pokemon? I guess I had the opportunity to heal my Pokemon. Although it's good to lead with Dr. Violet because, yeah, there's a good chance that he's going to lead with a Psychic type. So Dr. Violet should be able to just wreck this guy in one hit, assuming she goes first. Oh, my Pokemon are fully healed. Right, we talked about that after, like, basically events, your Pokemon are fully healed. Let's try a Sucker Punch. Yep. That's okay. How hard does Sucker Punch hit anyway? Uh, let's try it again. Ugh, it's just putting up screens. Actually, I'm starting to worry about this, actually. Like, if he's got both reflect and light screen up, this might be a problem. Surely now he will attack. Okay, I'm just gonna bite it. Actually, I'm gonna poison it, because all of his precious screens don't do anything if it's poisoned. The zoom in on your eyes bugging out had me rolling. I'm hoping that goes viral. It would be nice if any of my stuff went viral. Um, Now let's hit it with a Venoshock. I probably shouldn't have hit it with a Venom. I don't think do yeah, psychic types I think they don't resist poison, they're just strong against it. Bead, what are you doing? Okay, let's bite it. By the way, I thought about it and I probably should go back and teach and reteach Dr. Violet Flamethrower. It wasn't a good move to not have it. It's just good coverage. This one is Psychic Fairy. Yeah, we'll keep it here. Horsepoint Mine says Lord Kensington's rules for skill challenges get out there a bit. That's true. Probably my farthest reaching, most enduring um, thing are the Lord Kensington rules for skill challenges. Um, I keep hearing people that like meet other like people who know the show um, or follow me for some reason. Well, not everybody needs to know Toxic. Plus, she already knows Poison Jab, which is super badass, so no. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta check it. So yeah, my skill challenge rules are probably are the most well-known things. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes real life is like, hey man, you need to answer this text. Now we just need to change your name to Lord Kensington. I definitely have a what I want to say, a branding issue in that I have a different name for everything that I'm on. Right? It's like this is El Pikachu. My Twitter is Fearsome Critter. My Tumblr is Magic Turtle. Um, it's like wherever I'm using a different name because I'm like I think it's fun to use a different name. But yeah, obviously, oh yeah, my YouTube channel doesn't even have like it's just like Lopez family. If you don't know that my last name's Lopez, there's no possible way that you would ever find it. If you're looking for me specifically, although I always put my name in the tags, so hopefully that would come up. Um, but yeah, yeah, definitely, the Lord Kensington rules is like I should have named them the Rodrigo rules or whatever, but I thought it was funny to call them the Lord Kensington rules, so I did. Um, yeah, I talk them up when I can, though in 5e context, I'm also plugging my interpretation of them for my own system. Yeah, that's fine. Um, you could make a new platform account just to be Lord Kensington. I guess I could, but that seems like a lot of work. Uh, Stumer Access, I went through Twitter to find you today. Yep, and you had to probably navigate a couple different names in the process. I think this thing's gonna attack, so I'm gonna try a Sucker Punch. Sklabam! Oh, love to see it. Unless you're the one getting Sucker Punched, then you hate to see it. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, I'm shifting my branding to something else soon. Can't rely on a joke I stole from Matthew forever. Uh, I guess, it's like it's a brand, but if you're like redoubling your efforts, if you're kind of like relaunching your brand, um, ooh, Night Slash. That sounds sexy. Critical hits land more easily. Attack 100, special attack 61. Uh, is this better than Bite? Yes, it's better than Bite. We will swap out Bite. Yeah, if you're changing up your branding, then by all means. But I like when I started this Twitch channel, I was like, well, like I'm relying on major spoilers on Twitter, on all these places where people already know me to like start trickling people in, and then maybe some people will find me through Twitch as well. But yeah, it's like I have to be Rodrigo, and I have to be the same guy that you kind of listen to on the podcast, which is also why I probably don't curse as much as I could. I know a lot of streamers curse a lot, but I'm trying not to because, you know, Critical Hit is kind of a family show. Major Spoilers is a family show, so you can come here and expect that you're not going to hear me a lot of bad words, although you'll still hear me go off about racist and about how stupid it is and how purposefully stupid it is that they're trying to ban mouse. Good lord, people. What the heck? Oh, I beat Bede. Uh, Harvestry says, I've done rebranding online a bunch. Heck, my stream URL account name is still my RP character from Gaia Online, and I cannot change that base level of it. Sure. Yeah. Why? How can this be? How could someone like you get in my way? If you had just used that Copper Raja, I would have been in a lot of trouble. Poison types don't deal well against steel types. Challenger Bead. Stop this at once. You have taken your quest for wishing stars too far. This is like this is a great example, right? And like one of the things that's fun about Pokemon Legends Arceus is that it happens hundreds, like 100 years in the past or more. So people aren't familiar with Pokemon, right? There's not this institution that catalogs and trains Pokemon, so they're afraid of them. They're like Pokemon are like really these like powerful like god monsters. They're basically like yokai, right? Like running around in the wilds, causing mischief and being dangerous. It's like cut to um, you know 100 and something years in the future. Here we are in the Galar region. A child walks up to a grown man and says, "Can I borrow your giant metal elephant?" And the guy's like, "Sure. What could go wrong?" Right? It's like it's funny. It's fun to see Pokemon address the fact that Pokemon actually are powerful and scary, while also jumping back to this where like everybody's just so incredibly matter of fact about the fact that they just like have these monsters as companions that can do really incredible things, right? It's like anybody who has like a big enough flying type Pokemon can potentially fly around town and just do whatever they want, right? It's like if you have a Corviknight, you can presumably just train it to like fly you around. So, I don't know, it's interesting. Not cursing just makes your clips better suited for YouTube. Yep, that's true as well. Which means you're more likely to get picked up by the algorithm. Let's hope. Harvester says Beat gets hashtag canceled. Yeah, who cares for some ancient ruin when the next 1,000 years are at stake? Did you stand in a pan of a Pokemon Simple Beam or something? Oh, snap! That's actually a really good burn. It's like, did you get hit by Simple Beam? Harvester says it seems like for most people in the Pokemon world, everybody's just unmotivated to try new things with Pokemon. Yeah, I guess that's true. Young Bead. You doing okay, Pavlov? Pavlov's in the room with me. Oh, he's disappointed in Bead. It's true that I'm the one who found you back when you were all alone. Aw, I so talented you. You reminded me a little bit of myself back when I was young, when I was thin and fit. That's why I sent you to a trainer school to give you a chance at success. Yeah, the chairman draws the line at defacing public property because he's a capitalist. It's like defacing property, no. But also it sucks to like destroy ancient ruins. Like, don't do that. Oh, Bede. Bede's fall from grace. Bede has a better arc than the protagonist. Both Bede and Hop have better arcs than the protagonist. Especially with his like kind of redemption there at the end. Oh, snap. That's the other thing, right? It's like we talked about this before, spoiler alert. Like you're led to believe that the evil team is Team Yell, but in reality, the evil team are those guys and like those like clean cut people in like the white hats and blazers or jackets or whatever. It's like that's actually this game's Team Rocket is the establishment. Um, Capitalists only break unwritten laws. Graffiti is illegal, so it looks better to be against illegal stuff. Absolutely. This is a big. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But also, this is terrible for my PR. So you're so fired, kid. Absolutely. They're gonna have Beat be the fall guy for this. I mean, Beat did it, but yeah, they're not gonna shelter him. Well, goodbye. Hope somebody else destroys this ruin so we can find the clue that's behind it. Oh, Beat has no family. Yeah, Beat's sad. Like Beat again, Beat has a better arc than the protagonist. Uh-oh. We're gonna blame this on Bede. Cool. Up, she's beautiful minding it. Sonia used nasty plot. Yeah. Um, yeah. I probably mentioned it before. I mentioned that another trainer in this game looks like my wife, but Sonia like looks a lot like my wife. Um, so it's cute. She's a she's a cute lady. The ruins were brought into the light for us to see. What does this tell us about Galler's legends? It tells us what it always means, that whatever legend you think you know about Pokemon, it was actually Pokemon who did it, not people, right? It's like the same thing happens with the in the DLC, and I want to say the same thing happens in like other stuff. I guess like nah, I guess some of the legends do involve people, but yeah. Anything else look interesting to you? Uh, Tapestries? Well, because it's a hotel. Why only one statue at the Badoo drop in? Yeah, it's a hotel. They weren't being like anthropologically sound. These ruins made in truly ancient times must show us the real truth, which means the shield is a Pokemon. Seems like at some point in history, the sword and shield were combined with the two actual Pokemon and treated as the same thing. But then what? They just faded from history? That happens. That's not that weird. Harvester says, I like Sonia a lot. I appreciate that she undergoes growth more than the main character, too. Yep. And becomes, yep, definitely. Yeah, it is weird. Like these games, like all of these games where like you as the protagonist are supposed to like or you are supposed to see yourself in the protagonist, like very often have much more satisfying arcs for everyone else, right? It's like they can't give you an arc because the moment that they're like, you're a jerk and you need to be less of a jerk, right? To create some sort of thing is like, well, I'm not a jerk. I'm not playing my character like a jerk. Why are you saying that? Like it's weird. So they just don't do it. Sonia says, with your help, I really feel like we made a big discovery here. Thanks. I'll give you a couple of these so you can be giving your best in the gym challenge, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're off to Ballonlee. All right. Let's. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go from here. I'm sure somebody's going to show up and tell me which direction to go. I will say, once during that gym fight, I did, like, my finger did drift over to, like, this area to see if I could uh, use an attack in strong style. That did happen. So, um, Arceus has left its mark. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, I only took 30 years for Jedi to become ancient myth. Can happen to a sword dog pretty easily. Yeah, definitely. Harvester says the transitional nature of roles in Gallard is really interesting to me. Sonia's arc and the implied nature of the gym leaders defending their titles and tenuous hold on their typed gym arena. Yeah, no, absolutely. That the implication, and you see lots of examples of it, right? I think I mentioned this before, but depending on what you have, the deal like your DLC rival is trying to. What's this guy telling me? Um, the people. I just totally lost my train of thought. Yep, super lost my train. What was I talking about, guys? That guy threw me off. I was like Mushroom Forest. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So the DLC trainers, I guess spoiler alert, get into a minor league gym. So presumably the reason why the main character and Hop needed an endorsement is because there's like a major league and a minor league. So presumably, without uh, without Leon's help, Petunia could have gotten potentially into the minor league, made a splash there, and then gotten into the majors. But this like basically pushes her directly into the majors, right? I don't know. It's interesting. The former champion being a big deal and have people acknowledging them and idolizing them is also a great indicator. Well, former until you stop them, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. 24 hours left. Ugh. This always happens when I switch games. It just like resets. It's really annoying. I have to like get in the habit of like a day after the streams, like go check on my Pokemon. Otherwise, they'll like be stuck in Pokejobs limbo forever. Let's see. Ba 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 beep boop. Everybody's healthy, I think. Oh, we can do that thing now. Let's save and let's bring in the new Pokemon. Boop boop boop. Can you tell we play a lot of Pokemon in this house? What a bunch of nerds. By the way, the closed captioning is relatively new. I've gotten positive feedback on it, but if there are any issues or whatever, let me know. Um, I think it's mostly legible where it is, and somebody said that they could read it on their phone, so that's good. I was kind of worried that it was too small, but hopefully that's good enough there. Mm-mm-mm. So it would make sense for us to bring in a Ghastly after doing the Ghost Gym, but our this coughing has been sitting here for a long time, so I feel kind of bad. So we'll carry the coughing over. Yeah, thanks, St. JW. By the way, I hope that you guys don't get too bothered if you say something and then I forgot who it was that said it. There's a lot of names flying at me. I'm talking and I'm playing video games, so obviously I respect you guys as an audience. I enjoy that you're here. I like that you're here, but I'm not always gonna remember who said what. Sometimes I will, but a lot of the time I won't. So I hope you guys are okay with that. All right. Oh, I guess I don't have to come over here to check the boxes. That's another Arceus holdover, right? Yeah, let's look at this little guy or girl. Hey, look, guys, it's Crud Papers the Coughing. Uh, Bonus no points to who can tell me what Crud Papers is a reference to. Okay, this coughing is gonna turn into a fairy type, and that's gonna be super useful. Yeah, let's stick him over here. I hope I have some like XP candy. Otherwise, that might be what I go do now is go grind out some XP candy. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, we're the faceless names in the crowd, baby. Hell yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it has to be sometimes. Saint Jadou says, I'm on 403 of 565 on car Pokemon. Oh, Forza. Nice. Yeah, I started playing a game called Dirt 5 because it was free on PlayStation. And I like it, except for the fact that like I was like, okay, well, clearly I need to learn to drift in this game, um, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. So um, I need to like figure it out. And I looked it up, and they were like, yeah, people like Dirt 5 because it has the most complex drifting system. In other games, it's much easier to drift, but in Dirt 5, it's like you're really there, and you have to do these like micro controls and engage like your parking brake and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. All right, let's look for sky beams. Dirt 5 is so not realistic. No, I know. That's why I got it in the first place because it's like it kind of has like this like demolition derby mode. Um, so I was into it, and then it's like, yeah, drifting is like complex and stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I want that. I might keep trying it. Like I got it because it was clear that you could, and you the moment that I say it, you're like, why is like my friends? I told some of the a very strong looking mandibuzz. How strong? 54. Well, we're running away. All right. Yeah, so I was talking to some of the boys, and I told them that I had picked up Dirt 5, and they were like, why? Like, you don't like racing games. And I was like, no, but you get to customize your cars. And they're like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Dirt 5, or you just press A on Xbox controller and turn drift a go-go. Oh, okay, well, maybe it's not as maybe they were just talking out their butt about what all it takes. I guess I didn't even check if I had XP candy. I just assumed that I didn't, but I should check. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, if I can customize it, you already have a big check mark to your game or whatever, right? If I can actually customize my character, I'm probably there. Max Airstream. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, if I've learned anything about Rodrigo is that no one will ever predict his interest. That's true. If you'd have told me he was a Kai main in 2015, I'd have said, what the hell's a Guilty Gear? Well, yes, definitely. But so yeah, it's like I played Kai a little bit in Xrd, um, and I liked it okay, because he's kind of a Shoto, so he's not hard to play. And then when Strive dropped, I just like because he has that dragon install now, I'm like, okay, so that's like a little bit more personality. And it's the fact that he doesn't like it's like when Soul uses his dragon install, he's like, "Oh, I'm a monster now." When Kai uses it, he's like the same and like weirdly that's kind of charming that he's still like a very like polite king guy when he's like in the throes of the dragon install. So yeah, no, I just found that interesting. Uh, let's use a great ball. I've gone full degen and picked up Biken. I kind of have stopped playing Guilty Gear Strive, unfortunately, just because I don't have time. I'm playing Pokemon. I'm like gearing up to play a fair amount of Magic when Kamigawa drops. So I'm like, well, which of these games am I absolutely the worst at? And that's Guilty Gear. So that's taken a real back seat. Um, but yeah, here in a few weeks or months or whatever, I think I'm gonna like really, really get back into it. So we'll see how that goes. St. JW says not only can you customize cars in Forza, you can use other folks' designs and mods. That's interesting. Um, you know what I kind of like and don't like about games like that? I'm guessing Forza has like real life sponsors. Like you can put like it's like in Dirt, you can put like an AMD Athlon sticker on your car if you wanted. I don't because I think that's stupid, but I wish that they had fake sponsors. Um, it's in a toolbox. Um, although they do have like just regular stickers that are like weird things that you can put on there, so it's not too bad. Let's look at the bag. Oh, I do have XP candy. XP candy medium. That's a lot of XP. 14. Yeah, that's not that much. Crud papers learn smoke and smokescreen and clear smog. Let's see. Poison gas is good for now. Tackle he's kind of gonna need. This attacks the target by throwing a clump of special mud. All stat changes are returned to normal. I mean, it is an attack. Target is attacked with a discharge of filthy gases. Um, yeah, we don't. We really. I mean, we really don't go up against a lot of uh anyone who like powers themselves up for a lot of turns. So I think we'll skip clear smog for now. Let's see. Skippy says you'll get back into it eventually. Should be fun. Yeah. Harvester says I picked up Witcher 3 on Steam sale. I did too. And then Legends Arceus dropped, so I have abruptly stopped witching for now. Yeah, I picked up Witcher, I picked up Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, and I picked up Overcooked 2 to play with my wife, and have only played Overcooked 2, basically, out of all of those, just because I've been playing other stuff. St. JW says, not really, but there's a lot of probably copyrighted designs. Okay. Sakarat says, February has a lot of exciting releases for me. Horsepoint Man's Mine says, I just grabbed Demon X Machina on Epic for free. I've never heard of it, but it seems cool. I'm always on the lookout for a good mech game with customization. Yeah, you'll have to tell me how that goes, because I don't know anything about it either. Sakarat says, Arceus, Total Warhammer 3, Crusader King 3 DLC. Okay. Harvestry says, that's fair. I liked what I got into so far, though not getting a great handle on the combat controls. I look forward to playing it more later when I can wrench my attention away from survival Pokemon. Yeah. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, have we picked up any new drip? My computer died a few weeks back and I'm behind on the streams. Not too much. We picked up like it's like if you look now, she's wearing like sweats and sweatshirt, right? Um, as opposed to like her little like purple skirt or like yellow skirt and purple top or purple top and yellow skirt or whatever we were doing. Oh, I don't need to look in here again. Um, so we did that, but nothing major. We also picked up those like round glasses. That was kind of the last handful of purchases we made. Ah, okay. I need to not hang out by where this Mandibuzz lives. Sensibly dressed for the weather, yeah. Sometimes fashion is function, yes. You see her hair like bobbing around in the thing? Anyway, I have to run away from this thing. Yeah, definitely after. Oh no. Oh, okay. Whew. Fortunately, it decided to use a dark type attack. Okay, let's get out of here. Do 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 do. Let's just teleport somewhere. Still on side. Can't believe that Mandibuzz got me again. Caught an alpha Tortwig in an outbreak. Wow, good job. That's actually really radical. Good job on that. Yeah, congratulations. So so happy for you. Yeah, definitely hype. Yep. All right, let's give this guy a little bit more candy so that I can catch up with this girl. Beautiful coughing lady. We'll use two. Oh, level 20. That's not too bad. Assurance. That's a dark type move. I want to say this critter is pretty slow, so Assurance actually isn't a terrible move for them to have. Let's take it over Tackle. I have only been in a Mime Junior outbreak and nothing exciting happened. Um, I I've caught I want to say I've caught two shinies and one of them happened in an outbreak, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, no, it wasn't. I caught a shiny Krogunk. Like Krogunk just follows me to every game I play, so the game almost to troll me as well gave me a shiny Krogunk. So yeah, I've gotten a couple shinies like without even really without trying, just out in the once you complete a Pokemon's Pokedex entry, your chances of a shiny spawn increase slightly. So I also went around and obliterated Krogonks for about like an hour, just because I needed I needed another like if you kill Krogonk, his page goes up, and if you use a psychic type attack on like his page goes up faster, and then also like the Dustox that I was using also like increased whatever if I used it. So I was like, yeah, gotta destroy this all the Krogonks. Okay, Sludge 65. Yeah, let's take it over Smog. Whee! Should probably give some of these guys Dynamax candy. The other thing that I'm gonna do is Petunia is going to send little veggies back um, to my other character, so that little veggies can become a Gmax Venusaur. So I haven't gotten around to that, but that's on the list of things to do. I was hoping for a shiny Turtwig, but I'll definitely take an alpha. Yeah, it's like it's a new like good category, right? It's like alphas are cool just because they're huge. I know that there's that alpha B barrel that you can get to pretty early on, and I was really excited about it just because I managed to catch it, and it's just so much bigger than the regular Pokemon, right? It's like I do not get tired of just like throw out regular Pokemon, throw out alpha Pokemon, and it's literally twice as large, right? Hellbinder says super mega rare are supposedly there's a chance that alphas will spawn shiny. Yeah, I'm sure that there is, and it's like my condolences to anybody who's trying to catch every Pokemon as a shiny alpha. Like you're just gonna be at it forever, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna take a super quick break. I just need to grab something, and then we'll keep going. Be right backsies. Shiny Alpha Cyndaquil. Let's see. That'd be cool. All right, guys. So you ever have that thing where you feel like your blood sugar's like weirdly dropping? I'm gonna eat an ice cream sandwich on stream. You guys talk about amongst yourselves. So one weird thing about the closed captioning is that it's tied to the microphone and not to the stream. So if I mute myself, the closed captioning still gets it. So I'm glad that the closed captioning isn't like doing like two asterisks, um, horrible chewing sounds, right? Yeah, for me, because of my migraines, if I start to feel hungry, I really need to eat something because not eating is a trigger, so it can get pretty bad. So yeah, sometimes I just have to stop the stream in the middle and just be like, just to make sure that I'm doing okay. Let's see. Um, Horse on Mine says I've managed to remain unspoiled for the final evolutions of the starters. I'm like desperately racing to evolve my Dewott. Oh no. Well, I guess we won't talk about him then. Horsepawn Mine doesn't want the starter spoiled, so don't tell him about him. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, yeah, alphas are like 1 in 2,000. Shinies are 1 in 4,092. Strong spawn alphas have a decent chance of being shiny if you have a perfect entry. Yeah, it still takes a lot of looking, right? Especially because, from what I understand, you have to basically clear that spawn in order for like it to spawn again, I think. So you'd have to like beat or catch that alpha, then go respawn it, and then you would get the next iteration of that spawn. So that seems like a ton of work, but I guess at some point, you're gonna have like level 70 something Pokemon, and maybe it won't be that hard. And also, presumably, you'll have a bunch of alphas to throw at them. Do alphas have better stats? I don't know that they do. Um, what was it? I had a um, regular Staraptor, and then I caught an Alpha Starly, which was really funny. And then I evolved it, and it seemed like the regular Staraptor had better stats than the Alpha, which seems weird. You wouldn't expect that to necessarily be the case. Sorry about that. All right. I think I'm supposed to. Oh, this guy has things. Yeah. See, that's the thing is like every time I switch games, it. Oh no, 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 no. I think I know what happened. I think I did need to reset the clock for some reason for something else. It's like I had forgotten to set it back, so I reset it. So maybe it's not because I switched games. Maybe it's because yep, I just messed with the clock, and that's why everything got reset. Okay, Pancham, what are you doing here? Get out. Okay, let's. So probably going to be dealing with grass types and fairy types. So, I mean, those are easy with poison types. We just have to watch the like potential like dual typing that could wreck us. So we should be okay. Skippy the 1 second says, and you only need to catch everything in an outbreak. If you want to reset an alpha, you have to go back to town and then go back to the strong spawn otherwise. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't realize that. I like how we have like absolutely like the two ends of the spectrum. Like we have like I've looked into it and how like basically how spawning works in this game, blah blah, blah, so I can like figure all this out. And I still don't know what my starter's final evolution is. Like I like that we have this variety here on the stream. It's good times. Oh, you caught the Alpha Togepi? Good for you. I'm very proud about having caught an Alpha Psyduck. I actually caught an Alpha Psyduck on stream, so I was pretty happy about it. Catch everything in the outbreak. Defeating it doesn't help. Yeah, is there a difference between if you catch it or you just wreck 'ems? Okay, I should get off my bike here. Petunia in the magical forest. This cook is lost here in the magical forest. Are you looking for mushrooms? They give off a light when you touch them. Oh, they do? Should I be like messing with that? Is there some kind of puzzle aspect to this forest? I do not remember. Skippy the Wonder says, well, killing is an option. It's just slower if you're doing resets. Yep. Well, yeah. Not if you're as bad at catching Pokemon as I am. Let's... What level is it? 33? Let's just hit it with a Venus Shock. Okay. Shinotic. Yeah, so that's fairy grass, I think. So, um, yeah, Dr. Violet is 38, 37, 36. Yeah, it would be nice to get Ribitina some like direct um, experience, but you don't want to send her up against a fairy type. We'll start with a toxic. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo-doo-doo. That was very bad. Giga Drain. Behold the power of the Vino Shock. Theoretically, you're in the late or post game, so you can chuck out some Ultra Balls. Outbreaks only have 12 Pokemon. You catch until they stop spawning, leave and reset the outbreak, and reset if the outbreak you want doesn't continue. Then you go back to the outbreak from town, save, catch everything. Then if they aren't, you reset, go back to town. Okay, I see, I see. Hers just says, Shinotic is such a recovery glutton. I was surprised by how much it can heal itself when you find them in this forest. Yeah, yeah, it's both a big recovery thing and a um, I, has a lot of effect stuff like spores. So it's not it's not a great Pokemon. It's kind of an annoying Pokemon to fight. I seem to recall the Night Slash. Card papers grew to level 22. Hey, a strong trainer. That's rarer than rare mushrooms. It's kind of funny because like there's these trainers around, right? It's like, but there's also wild Pokemon around. So it's like it's funny that when you beat these guys, they don't immediately hightail it back to town so that they're not out here with a bunch of fainted Pokemon. Ah, this mushroom's not doing anything. Oh, this one did something. A little impy dimp. Impy dimp. Dark Fairy. That's not great. That's not a great matchup here. Let's go here. So yeah, what else? Oh, I forgot. Another card that I'm excited for in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is a card I called Goodest Boy, which is a 1/1 dog for two um, that gets you that draws you a card when it comes into play. It's like that is a good dog. Okay, don't die. Oh, it died. Who among us has not gotten a cool thing and immediately gone to use it? Who has not come home from getting groceries and immediately started snacking on the novel, delicious thing they bought? Oh, that's absolutely me. I uh, I definitely can't. Especially, yeah, if you get something good in the grocery store, it's like, oh, these are for dessert, but I'm gonna eat them now anyway. Am I not? Okay, that's closed. This way is closed, right? Oh, Pokemon, you and your mazes. A bag of bright powder. That's good. Harvester says sometimes dessert happens upon your surprise, like a space-time rift. Yeah. Where am I supposed to be going here? It's like I went this way and there's nothing, right? Oh, wait. Nope, there's a path here. Herbs. A big root. It boosts the amount of HP the holder restores from HP stealing moves. You know, I've never used big roots, but I should probably. Does this do anything? Or is it just like a cute effect? I found Snore. Yeah, I've just never used it, but yeah, it seems like it would be if you have like a big like Giga Drain based character or like a Sweet Kiss. Is it Draining Kiss? Let me save. I don't know what these guys are gonna have in their pockets. They can carry lots of people and Pokemon at once. Oh my god, these guys love trains. I came to ride a Galar train. I wonder if meeting you will change my life. Why are you here in this mushroom forest? This is like very far away from any trains. What are these guys doing here? You're challenged by darling couple Robert and Jacqueline. Oh, Robert and Jacqueline. Oh, is he a train operator? Is that it? It's like you always see, right? It's like she is dressed to impress, and he looks like he just rolled out of work. Like he just looks like he just rolled out of working a double. It's like Isn't that just the way it goes? Yeah, what the heck? Forest trains? There's no trains in the forest. You've been on these mushrooms, man. Yeah, Rail Staff Robert. Okay. Rail Staff Robert. That's a good name. If you're like a blues musician, you definitely want to be Rail Staff Robert. Fun bit in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby, there's a happy couple double battle pair named Hal and Lois. That's cool. It's like, hey Clark, it's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Let's see. Oh, I probably don't want little veggies to be exposed to that fairy type or to that fire type. So let's start by poisoning said fire type. And then we'll switch out little veggies for, yeah, for Sargassum. Yeah, learning how to abuse items is kind of key for reaching the real easy mode of this game. Yeah, definitely. Um, Skippy the Wonder Chicken says Minnesota Fats and Rail Stop Robert. Yeah. Harvestry says having rewatched Malcolm in the Middle around the time I first saw it, I was pleased. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, Psybeam. That's not good. It's like, oh yeah, that's a psychic type. That's bad. Uh, oh, but it's a psychic type, so it should. Oh, Kirlia, is it Psychic Fairy? God, Psychic Fairy is a very tough. Like it's kind of an annoying matchup because it just kind of resets all of my uh, all of my bonuses. Sakarat says, I will say that I love that I was able to catch a Happiny and immediately get it to Blissey at level 20. Yeah, that's good. Horsepoint Man says, Mind. Mine. My favorite old honky tonk musician's name is Big Tiny Little. Yeah, I actually met a guy who was like, modern day. I mean, this was years ago, so who knows if he's still going. But I actually met a guy who was like a blues musician who called himself Watermelon Slim. It's like, yeah, that's what you that's what you want to go for. For a while, so Brian Bergdahl, right, from Critical Hit, he wears glasses, and his regular glasses broke. This was a long time ago. Um, and so he had to wear his prescription sunglasses. So he'd come to Critical Hit wearing like sunglasses, and he wouldn't take them up while I was there. So I started calling him Mississippi Bergdahl. Um, and I mean, I thought it was funny. Oh, crop papers. Good job. My blues name is Drew P. Wiener. Nice. A good way to forget the trouble of this loss would be to ride the train. Okay, yeah. These guys are definitely hanging out in the wrong place. Too strong. Guess I'll look for someone I can actually beat. Oh, okay. She didn't bring up the train. All right. I can I ooh, can I get to that? No. Bloop. Two hyper potions. That's good. Okay, gotta get around this lady. Again, does that do anything or is that just a special effect? Let's move the party around and fight this lady. Who's weak? Like who doesn't have a lot of levels on them? 34, 37, 36, 36. We can move Peppers out and get like Oakley in for a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully, I do not come to regret this. She's not as into trains as train guy Robert. She's just swept up in the excitement. She's supportive. She's being a supportive girlfriend. Again, you always see it, right? It's like this like attractive, really put up girl is just like uh or put together girl is like just like okay, well, my boyfriend loves Pokemon cards, so we're playing Pokemon tonight. Cool. Not to say that there aren't plenty of women out there who enjoy Pokemon cards. I don't want to be that guy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying uh, you do see it, you know, with like these women that are being good and supporting their partners' hobbies, even if they themselves are not as into it as they could be. How dare you? Just for that, I'm gonna sucker punch you. Ha. Love seeing a beautiful woman in a cocktail dress with a guy wearing board shorts and sandals. Yeah, definitely. Yay. Haze. Man, yeah. I forgot coughing and wheezing learn all of the smoke slash mist slash whatever moves. The user creates a haze that eliminates every stat change among all the Pokemon engaging in battle. Again, that seems like it would be good, except not during the main game, unless we're going someplace like very specific that we know uses a lot of boosts. Indeedee. No, that's not gonna help. No, we gotta keep a dark type. Keep it dark. Niche interest, grown man. Yep, definitely. Let's try a sucker punch. Nope. Play nice. Okay, let's try another sucker punch. Ooh, that was close. Skapow. Night Slash. Good luck to anyone doing a Nuzlocke of Arceus. I don't even know how you would even do that. Like, the game is so tied to catching lots of Pokemon. It's like you can advance uh, stuff by defeating Pokemon, but some Pokemon aren't common. Like you're much better off like catching multiples of them if you find them. So yeah, I'm sure they'll work it out, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see when the big Poke streamers and Nuzlockers get their heads together and figure out the best way to do it. Is like people were kind of confused about how to do it in Sword and Shield, right? Because of the wild area, and eventually, they arrived at a consensus that like basically each individual zone of that each individual zone of the wild area is a distinct zone, right, where you can catch a new Pokemon. Okay, Ribitina is evolving. Yeah, let's go. Doogity doogity doo. Toxicroak. It booms out of Victory Croak when its prey goes down in defeat. This Pokemon and Seismitoad are related species. Hmm. Well, thank you for helping me evolve my guy, lady. So, this is interesting, right? Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, I think if games like this keep going, we won't need Nuzlocks. That's actually really insightful, Skippy the Wonder Chicken. I think you're right. A big part of the reason why there are even Nuzlocks in the first place is um, because the Pokemon main games are so simple and relatively easy and straightforward, especially if you already have all this Pokemon knowledge, right? If you know type matchups, if you know what items do, if you know the routes already, if you've played it before, um, Nuzlocks and special rules challenges are there to make the game more interesting in some way, right? It's literally what I'm doing with it, although not as hardcore as a Nuzlocke. So if new Pokemon games come out and they're appropriately difficult, yeah, people won't need to do Nuzlocke anymore to derive extra enjoyment from it. People are still going to because now a an industry exists. Like there's like a guy on YouTube that I whose video I saw recently who is a Nuzlocker. Like that's all he does. He's not just a Pokemon guy. He's specifically a Pokemon Nuzlocke guy, right? All of his videos are Nuzlocks. He tells you like the best strategies. He's like super hardcore. So it's like you're still gonna like that guy's still gonna be around and he's still gonna be doing Nuzlocks, but for the regular schmoes like you and me, who might do a Nuzlocke for fun, um, yeah, a Nuzlocke might not be necessary. It's like you don't need to do a Nuzlocke of Legends Arceus because the game actually is tough, right? It's difficult in a lot of ways. Um, and if you drop your guard, you get killed. So, yeah. Um, Harvester says, I still never looked into how to properly do a sword Nuzlocke and keep track in a way that the bookkeeping wouldn't be unfun. I don't think there is. The last, I watched somebody do a Pokemon Sword and Shield Nuzlocke recently, and they literally one of their mods was like keeping track of like zones and Pokemon encountered. So it's like another whole person was having to keep track of that. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, "Yeah, Nuzlocks are to make the old formula hard. If we don't have the old formula, a Nuzlocke isn't really even a thing." Yeah, and it doesn't fit, right? You have to change it into something else, and thus maybe not even make it a Nuzlocke anymore. Zemc says that's too much. Yeah, it's a lot of bookkeeping. Um, that's why I wouldn't do it. My wife, whom I love and is a great person, and bought me this version of the game, bought me Pokemon Shield. Um, watched. I'm sure you guys have seen, or some of you guys have seen, like Jaden Animation's Nuzlocke, um, her first Nuzlocke video. And my wife saw that and she was like, Nuzlocks look like fun. And so when we first got Pokemon Sword, she tried to make it a Nuzlocke. And I told her, I was like, you should really play this like straight the first time around. And then if you enjoyed it, if you think you like the game, if you think you'd like to do it again, then challenge yourself with a Nuzlocke. And she's like, nope, I want to do a Nuzlocke. And she did, and she hated it. She hated it so much. Like she kind of hates this game, and I'm like, you only hate this game because of the Nuzlocke, right? It's like I actually she had a Raichu, and it died in the Nuzlocke, and she was like really depressed about it for like a day. So I sent her flowers to work that with a card that said, "I'm sorry your Raichu died." So that was cute. She liked that. But yeah, don't do a Nuzlocke unless you actually think that you're gonna want to do it. And yeah, if you know if games are different, if they function differently, it's like I haven't followed up on a lot of what people did with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is absolutely a game where you have to catch multiple versions of the same Pokemon in the same area over and over again, right? That's part of it. St. JW asks, Nuzlocke? Okay, so if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, a Nuzlocke is a thing where you give yourself special rules, and basically the main rules are you have to name all your Pokemon, and if a Pokemon gets knocked out, it's dead and you can't use it anymore. And also, you can only catch the first Pokemon that you run into in each area. So each route, you can only catch one Pokemon there. If you try to catch the first Pokemon and you miss it, you actually don't get a Pokemon there. So that's generally what a Nuzlocke is. There's lots of other rules that go along with it. If you follow this stream, every once in a while you'll see somebody come in and be like, "Excuse me, is this a Nuzlocke?" And I'll be like, "No," and then we'll never hear from them again because people like Nuzlocks. Nuzlocks add this like additional tension to the game, which, as Skippy pointed out, you kind of don't need in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So it'll be interesting. That's a very good point. It's interesting. Um, Nuzlocks in this day and age are just for content creators. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, definitely, and that's what I'm saying. That's Nuzlocks are never going away because now they're not for like they're not this thing that people pass around. It's like, oh, there's these special rules. Da, 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 you can play the game and it'll be more interesting. Now it's content, right? So yeah, you'll see Nuzlocke. You'll still see Nuzlocke. You'll see somebody try to do a Nuzlocke of Legends Arceus. I'm sure if you look it up right now, somebody's already talking about it. So uh, again, if you've created your entire brand around Nuzlocks, then maybe you're sweating. It's like, how am I going to do a Nuzlocke of this? Um, but if you don't, then definitely don't. Like don't worry about it. Like the point of Nuzlocks are to make things that are easy a little bit more difficult. Add that sense of stakes there, right? That permadeath, that Fire Emblem style permadeath. It's like, how do you make Pokemon more fun? You add permadeath like in Fire Emblem. How do you make Fire Emblem more fun? You take away permadeath. Like that's pretty much exactly how it works. Let's see. That is very heartwarming of you, but also punctuated great by "Sorry, your Raichu died." Yeah. A self-imposed hardcore mode. Exactly, exactly. Hellbinder says more drama. I'm an anti-drama llama. I get that. Like, presumably, if you're here, it's because you like a streamer that's just kicking back and playing. It's like I'm not doing anything difficult. Any difficulty here is added from like the very slight difficulty of having all poison type Pokemon, and from the fact that I'm distracted from talking to you guys. It's like that's the highest source of difficulty for me. Um, Skippy says that's why people watch them. The stream keeps you accountable. Casual players can do it, but there's really nothing to like force you to stick to it if you lose. That's true. That's true. Sakarat says Nuzlocke just seem tedious to me. The newer games make me happy enough. Yeah, and that's another thing is that like Pokemon is a game geared to kids, right? So it's probably never going to be too difficult. Um, and but the new games are trying to make things more fun for kids, right? Like that Ghost Gym that we just did, that was like a pinball machine, right? As opposed to a not a pinball, yeah, kind of a pinball machine, as opposed to a gauntlet of like 12 ghost type um, trainers, right? So it's like they're trying to make things more interesting to kids, and in the process, tend to make things more interesting or at least more fun and quirky for adults too, because they're going in with this idea to sort of lighten the dull parts. Um, Harvester says Legends also specifically wants you to catch certain critters to complete subquests, and you might cap your Pokedex ranking early if you can't keep catching stuff. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I have enjoyed Nuzlocke, and I have also given up on several of them. I I I don't think I'm ever going to do a Nuzlocke. Like sometimes it seems interesting, and I kind of crave that the idea of like catching a Pokemon and naming it and giving it like this like what do I want to say like projected personality, and then it dies and it's like, oh no. It's like it's fun and it does make for good content, but I don't want to do it. It's a lot of record keeping, it's a lot of work, and it seems like a lot of the time it actually wouldn't be very much fun. You need somebody whose head is in the Nuzlocke, and I wouldn't be. um, you're playing a chat lock where you have to look away from the screen every 3 to 6 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Oh, my closed captioning has died. That's a good point. I wonder why that happened. Is it working now? No? Can you guys still hear me? Oh, is it working again? Oh, okay, weird. Is it working now? What happened? I'm just having so many problems with my microphone, and again, this is key to the microphone, so I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We will get to the end of this magical mushroom forest next week. Um, Critical Hit coming out soon. Also, again, keep watching the YouTube channel for more clips of me screwing things up. I'm actually I think my hot take on Pokemon Legends Arceus is coming out tomorrow on Lopez Family Variety channel. I'll do the link again. Um, why does it do that? Um, so yeah. Uh, Harvester says, "Ooh, my Omega Ruby Nuzlocke, which I successfully completed, included me catching a shiny Linoon, which was really great. I haven't encountered too many shinies that I didn't try to engineer. That is surprising, yeah. Um, so yeah, we will talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna try and work out a way to do more late night streams as well. Um, but for sure, we're gonna try to get together next Wednesday. So everybody have a good time. Sorry about the audio difficulties. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking to me about Pokemon and Magic the Gathering and other stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.